Hi, my beautiful humans. How are you all doing? We're going to take a look in this pick a card reading at something that you are not seeing right now, something that you are unaware of, that you need to know about. Your guides are here with very useful and helpful information for your situation. Yeah, there's something that you need to see. You're just not seeing it for some reason. Okay, but because this is a pick a card reading, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Erica. It's a pick a card reading, so I'm gonna need you to feel your way into one of these 4 cards. Like the pick a card reading science is. Why am I messing this up? How many times have I said an intro to a reading? I've recorded so many readings with you guys, and I'm like, blurb, I don't know how to do this. Okay, yeah, here are the 4 cards. I'll hold them up for you. You guys feel your way intentionally, intuitively into one card or the other. Trust in that knowingness. Head to the timestamp for that group, for that card, because there will be your helpful messages about what you're not seeing. Group 1, we have distorted desire. Group 2, wishful expectations. Group 3, creative power. And group 4, perspective. These are some of the more gloomy, darker cards in the deck. So, let's go there. Let's see in the dark. Guys, that's one of the beautiful things that tarot does. But okay, that's it. Trust, timestamp, fast forward. I'll see you there in your messages. Hi, my beautiful humans in group 1. You guys were drawn to this distorted desire card. So these are your messages all about what you are not seeing right now. I'm getting immediate intuitive hits. Your card says conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. I'm getting something that has layers about what you are not seeing. It has a lot to do with your insecurities about your self-perception. Basically what you are not seeing is you're not having a full awareness of how other people are appreciating you, how often they might be approaching you, how attracted they are to you, what their true thoughts and feelings are about you as a result of potentially some kinds of, insecurities or low self-worth or, just a very inaccurate self-evaluation. There's that part of what you are not seeing. I think that's something that we can all relate to on various levels. There's also this other part of doing that, not having that awareness is preventing you from seeing the full aspects or the full sides of these other people outside of you. Particularly group 1, I feel like we're talking about one particular person in your life. There are some character traits or some qualities of who they are and what they've got going on that you're not really capable of pursuing or even realizing or seeing, almost because there's something about a blockage in it's giving me the vibes of all my energy just completely drained and I just felt unbearably tired. What was that? I feel like you're basically dealing with somebody who might flatter you, and then the compliments from them that you receive puts you on cloud 9 or something like that. And then in that kind of a way, it distracts you from being able to truly see or realize who they are for you, who they are to other people, just how they are behaving, something like that. The 4 of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck, and it just feels like rigidity. Rigid worldview, I'm hearing. I don't know what that is, but that feels like it's a part of it. Maybe you have a rigid view of yourself. Maybe your view of yourself is that I just thought of a horrible thing. I hate it. Ugh, God, I hate this. I don't want to say it, but it's relevant. But on a scale of 1 to 10, she's an 8. Kind of a thing. It's I hate this, but on a scale of 1 to 10, you would be I'm a 4. And that's a horrifically gross underestimation and undervaluation of you. Is what you are not seeing. Horrifically to the extent of this number 15 is glaring at me, the devil card, to the extent of it's putting you in harm's way because other people are capable of making you feel good about yourself and, approval and that kind of thing. And then it makes you not necessarily fully see through what they are and who they are. Far out. Let's get some more about this. We have strength, and there's this like peaceful kind of lunar kind of quality to the strength card in this deck. We also have the Knight of Swords, and there's something going on in your situation. Here we're getting right into the nuts and bolts of what you got going on right now. You have someone who you are in communication with, you're in contact with, who is treating you in this kind of a way, and you're being encouraged to kind of soothe and calm those insecure voices inside of your head that rank you so inaccurately low. Because once you do that, I think that through the communication that you have with this other person, you're going to literally be able to read them a whole lot more. We also have the Hermit. Yeah, it is literally about you touching base with who you are, you really getting to a sense of, knowing yourself a whole lot more. This feels like you're supposed to go quite deep in your self-awareness of your own, self-perception, or your self-awareness of your own beauty, your self-awareness of your attractiveness, or things such as that. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, as well as the Lovers, yes. And then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like for a few of you, it might not necessarily... I'm hearing confusing combination messages. I feel like where you're at right now with this kind of energy is that you're in alignment with essentially being like a victim of a love bombing or something like that. And it feels like you are genuinely dealing with a kind of a person who is doing that, and you're not fully capable of seeing things about them as a result of this, kind of shadowy masking behavior. There are insecurities in them. They might have a very low evaluation of their own self-worth. They might be behaving in those kinds of ways because they feel massively insecure, things like that. But what I see in your cards is a projection into the future, potentially. Literally, don't lose heart, group one, if you're like, oh, but I like this person, kind of a thing. Basically, these last three cards are like, touch base with this, ground yourself into who you are, make the unconscious conscious, like fully realize, like, oh wow, they're insecure, kind of a thing. Like, well, I'm insecure too, kind of like thing. And like fully like just kind of get to the nuts and bolts and the gritty details and the full nature of what you got going on, because it feels like when you do that in the future, you'll be able to host Ten of Pentacles kind of energy in these connections and in your love relationships, or in your life just in general with relationships as a whole. Like even the way you think your friends think about you or something like that, it feels as if it's like a leveling up, kind of like in like how I don't like that number scale, like ranking people on a 1 to 10 kind of a thing. Like as far as I'm concerned, I know the world doesn't really function like this, but as far as Erica, your human tarot reader right now is concerned, I don't really see, I see attractiveness and things like that, but it's just like, it doesn't matter. Like literally what's on the inside is the very thing that draws me in or draws me close, kind of a thing. And that's what takes that 1 to 10 scale away and throws it out. And then it just puts 10 of Pentacles there for all of us. Like literally, like you were born worthy is a truth. And there's something in what you're not seeing is like, if you can get to there and actually like fully live that truth, then a whole lot of improvement in your overall health and well-being in relationships will be set at a standard that is such a higher order, like a more lovingly magnificent level. Okay, we have Vesta with Hearth, and there is this thing about like, this is literally like learn to fall in love with yourself first kind of vibe, but it's not that kind of a meme. It's not just like a quotable little saying. This is actually like, no, functionally, like figure this out, go there and do that, because there's something about like the more you are at home in your own self, like fourth house, home, Vesta, Hearth, the more you find a home in your own skin, the more you realize that you are always worthy of adoration and love. Like it doesn't matter necessarily what you look like on the outside, kind of a thing. The more all of this kind of relationship stuff will harmonize, especially with this one particular individual. It really feels like a part of your message, group one, is that you are kind of really not seeing, because of that mask of your own insecurity, you're not capable of seeing the insecurity that's coming toward you. I think that you might think that this other person is like very, very confident, but it doesn't feel like that. We have descendant with invitation, and it's sort of like choose who you are, and from there, what you want to allow in. There's something about the behavior that's coming towards you, that feels as if, like, if you truly could regard it for what it is, you might not really like accept it or want it. Like, it's honestly giving me the vibes of you're being encouraged through this reading to touch base with whether or not, you just kind of want to be able to detect love bombing kind of things when they start to happen, and to like realize them for what they are, and then just kind of do what you can to say no to them, kind of a thing, and then we have Pisces with sensitize. That's the idea. We go there. We're sensitizing. We're becoming a whole lot more sensitive with our relationships, and also becoming a whole lot more sensitive in our perceptions. It feels like you need to become more sensitive in your perception of who you are, and other people's thoughts and feelings about you and stuff like that. Everything that we've already said, become so much more, use all of your senses to perceive this well and accurately, and then also do so for others. Literally grab a tarot deck. like one of the most useful tools. I mean, I'm a little bit biased toward tarot, obviously, but one of the most useful tools for being able to do this is literally grabbing a tarot deck and trusting in the messages that come through about what people are thinking and feeling about you and what's going on with that other person. Your next two cards, ground your light, let your soul shine. I mean, I clumsily went there, didn't I? I'm like, it's not about the 1 to 10 scale. I mean, it is like, beauty is beauty. There's a wonderful quote that I love in the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller and Sean Penn. And it's Sean Penn's character. He's like a photographer, and he says, beautiful things don't ask for attention. There's beauty, and it is beauty. And it's not necessarily always on the surface, There's something going on there that's a distorted perception. Let's get to that light that's on the inside. And then we have lead the way, light your own path. I am afraid, group 1, that you all are meant to be doing this first in your situation. Again, you got some other person involved genuinely with that Knight of Swords character, that Knight of Swords kind of energy. But how about you go ahead and you go through the motions of doing this first? I'm not sure, I don't know. This just feels like this is the encouragement to go through the motions of that. And right now I want to tell you, spend a month doing this, but I don't know what, amount of time is being suggested here at this point. We have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. That is truly what we've got going on in terms of your self-opinion. It's truly time to release that kind of negative quality of how you are evaluating yourself. You are not too fat, too thin, too old, too young, too this, too that. No, it doesn't really exist in that kind of a way, where you're being encouraged to go further, and then relationships will harmonize further, and then you can lead the way with your current relationship. Your cards. Full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way. Isn't that interesting? Are those opposites? What are they called when they're opposite side of the astrological wheel? For some reason, my brain, nope, they're not. I'm like, my brain is empty. Are they? No. Are make me stop. They're not. Anyway, there's something about harmony. Don't let pride get in your way. Like, your personal physical appearance must be perfect at all times. Have you ever been told, or have you ever heard, or have you ever acknowledged in another person the absolute gorgeousness of when we first wake up, when we're like so messy with bedhead, and how it actually, like, really, if you sensitize to it, not just like make fun of it or laugh at it or laugh with it or laugh about yourself, it actually is extremely beautiful. Oh, okay. And then we have nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon. That's what it feels like, is like to truly become intimate. We have to go to those deeper layers anyway. So if we're staying on the surface, if we're, being love bombed or doing the love bombing, nothing truly intimate will come in relationships, and then it'll just become that love bombing, and then, you know, the avoidance pattern that we all talk about. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Your cards, come on. These last four were really appropriate. I want to say Leo season is probably going to be extraordinarily significant for you in certain kinds of ways, probably this year or when it comes back around. But again, I'm not exactly a great tarot reader for telling you calendar time. You're in alignment for being able to do this for yourself and for this other person in particular. But it feels like it's not about pride. It's not about that stuff that's on the surface and those layers of, you know, approval and status. It's about your confidence, about what's inside, you know. Go to your personal hearth. Make sense of your personal home and your sense of belonging inside of your own body. And group one, your very last card. I like this because I was fearing that your reading was veering off into the territory, especially with that number 15, of you're dealing with someone who you're gonna have to like cut it off with or something like that. And that was gonna be your guidance. And I'm like, like I'm like, I want everybody to love each other no matter what. I want to heal all of our wounds and everybody to join hands and hug. That's my vision of the future, but so I didn't want that to be the message. So I'm delighted that the message is go ahead and do this, and you can lead the way for this other person who you're connected to right now. Your last card is showing that as well. It's just doubling down on that energy. It says making a difference. Making a difference. You do this first, okay? You can do this more, okay? And then it says my inner light. Again, with this ground your light, let your soul shine. It's the inside, you know? My inner light shines far and wide. There's something like no more about that, only the external, you know, masking, the external. It's like paying attention to the lampshade only rather than the light it projects. Holy shit, that was very poetic, wasn't it? I love it when we do that. But yeah, hopefully this message, you know, tracked and it made sense. It's about you being able to make this difference right now. And then it just really feels like the whole relationship might really charge up and really get there, really get intimate and really get going, okay? So ground that confidence of your light on the inside. Ground your morning bedhead, okay? It's good. It's great. Okay. That's what I have for you all, group one. If this reading has helped, of course, let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, check out all my links in the description of this video. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans. In group two, you all were drawn to this wishful expectations card. So these are your messages all about what you are not seeing right now. It says acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. I'm drawn to this image, and I'm drawn to the status that you probably are aware of some part of your life, if not like, you know, the consistently kind of the whole phase that you're in where you're kind of in the hamster wheel and you're kept on it, and it's like very, very hard to pivot and figure your way out of it, kind of a thing, in certain kinds of ways. I mean, like in a lot of ways, this picture, I mean, she's chained to this wheel and it doesn't look exactly pleasant. So I feel like there are a lot of circumstances in your situation, group two, that are kind of like holding you there or working against your behavior or something like that, contrasting and conflicting with you to such an extent that it's kind of like keeping you in this like same situation. What I'm here to tell you is effectively this small pivot of your behavior. What I'm hearing, my eyes were guided to the fact that this is like a seesaw, like a plank that's balanced, and there's something like the slightest pivot of your choices of your behavior or the slightest change. I keep hearing the word pivot. Feels like it can throw your whole circumstance and situation off balance in terms of what is keeping you stuck, what is holding you there. And what I mean by there is in a place that you do not want to be, at a standard that you don't want. The slightest pivot is what can change it all. And I'm hearing do no harm, do no wrong, set you free. Yeah, this is strange because I don't know. There's a tone and the energy of your message of this is quite serious, or so I want to be very sincere. Like I just channel these words of set you free, and yet I didn't feel like a kind of like a bliss or a celebration. I felt like I don't know, calm. Like okay, that's done. Kind of a thing. Nine of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and I'm really, really glad that you guys are receiving this kind of tarot message. Hopefully it can be something that gives you some kind of clarity of like, holy shit, that's what I needed to hear, kind of a thing. This is literally why I do so much tarot, you guys. Personally for myself. It feels like you're racking your mind to try to come up with solutions and resolutions to your situation. Again, I mean, I don't want to say the word victim, but because nobody wants to be in that kind of a situation. And I mean, like, we literally functionally can't be. We got to get out of it, like, kind of a thing. But this woman is like chained to this wheel, is like stuck on it, kept on it by some force outside of her. Let's get to what you're not seeing, that pivot, and let's talk more about it, because I feel like with the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, you're doing your best to try to maneuver, to try to be resilient, to try to figure it out, to try to come up with a solution here. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords, and I did channel do no harm and do no wrong, and it kind of feels like the energy of, oh, this is a challenging message. Take part in like, far out. Hold on. Okay, Ace of Swords. Hold on. Two of Swords, Jesus Christ. It's so mental. There's a lot about how you have values in your own personal behavior. And there's something about how if you allow yourself a little bit of calm and do no harm kind of context for your own personal behavior, that's the exact pivot that you need to be able to release yourself. This feels very significant. When it comes to Seven of Swords, I feel like you have a lot of things outside of you in terms of like, you know, values that you might consider like other things that aren't upholding your values. You might consider it kind of vile. And like, you're like, no, that is a wrong thing to do. That is bad. With this Ace of Swords, I feel like there's like the slightest do no harm kind of privilege of awareness of there's one particular thing that confronts your values. But with the Two of Swords, I think that if you give it a pause for reflection, a pause in your thoughts, you'll be able to realize and align with a little bit more about how you can still work your way into that territory, and it will still be all right. It will still exist within your value system. Yes, it confronts them. Yes, it still opposes them a little. But it's by behaving in that kind of a way that you kind of maybe never saw yourself behaving, because it feels like it's oppositional to your values, that you're going to be able to get free or get out of your situation. I'm thinking of two examples. One is the evolution or the revolution of sex workers in our modern era. It's like, yeah, that's such a shamed thing, you know, and you know, all of the stuff throughout history. In our modern era, we're like, get that bank, girl. You know, we're like, hey, that's where the money is, kind of a thing. You got to do what you got to do. And then the other thing is I'm thinking of like the villainization of, like in the 60s and 70s of soldiers and people who were going off to fight in the war. And then like a different side, like not just looking at that like that, but looking at it as in like humanity is quite dark. We get very vile. And it takes a special kind of a person to hold love in their heart and to like approach the vile and, you know, behave in a kind of a way that would protect us from the vile. You know, those are two examples that I'm thinking of, this kind of like, you can find the smidge, you can find the opening. It's in your thoughts, okay? We have the Ace of Pentacles, and then it really feels like full force invest in this, commit to it. Take part in it. In the physical, like I feel like you're almost gonna have to demand yourself to follow through on this. And then we have the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. There's something about the harmonization of setting you free that feels like it's the most important thing, and it's the most important truth for you. And at the end of the day with this High Priestess, there's something inside of you where the tone of what you will do or what you will be doing will kind of feel right inside of you. Like inside of you with the High Priestess, you'll understand it, you'll get it, you'll perceive it to be this kind of a truth of awareness. And in a lot of ways, with the Queen of Swords here, I feel like there's something about you transcending your judgmental perspective or something like that. I don't want to call it that, but you know, you transcending these kinds of barriers of the mind that tells you what are right and wrong or good or bad will kind of liberate you a whole lot more, help you enter into the zone of the age of Aquarius a whole lot more, where literally everything is fucked up and weird and crazy and brilliant and not, and everything is absolutely an alien and insane. And here we go, we're riding the wave and we're expanding explosively. Yeah, and then we're just connecting a whole lot more as a result of it. I don't know, there's something in these last two cards, the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess, where you'll feel a sense of calm. Again, didn't I channel that? You'll feel a sense of calm and this realization of, I used to villainize this type of behavior or this type of person. And now that I'm reflecting on my particular experience with it, I've expanded my brain and my mind, and I'm freer now. Okay, more cards. We have opposition with confrontation, and then we also have trine sextile with symbiosis. It's something going on. I do love the prolific amount of antlers here on this opposition card. Something going on with the mental for you guys. You think a certain way about a certain kind of behavior, you know, negativity toward, get my two examples, negativity towards soldiers and going into the military, negativity towards sex workers and getting that bank. You're actually quite in alignment with it. It's just pursuing a fresh perspective or a fresh take on it. And Two of Swords, literally giving yourself the pause to reflect on this new thought, Ace of Swords, this new clarity that's coming from a Seven of Swords territory. You don't particularly like it. And then the Ace of Pentacles is like commit. Juno with partnership. And then we also have progressions with journey. Does this have to do with a behavior of one particular individual in your life? You do not have to say or tell me literally at all in the comments, but it feels as if something about taking part in following through on this will also help you to kind of reflect differently in the distance, in the near future. It feels like it's a part of your journey with one particular important individual in your life right now. I don't know, this individual might be very restrictive or controlling of your behavior in certain kinds of ways. But by you following through on this, if you choose to take on this mission, if you want to do this, it'll help you kind of look back after you go through this, look back and see that individual from a new perspective, understand them and yourselves a whole lot more. We also have meditation. Improvements require persistence. What a brilliant card. Because the Two of Swords is that, you know, pause, reflect. Meditation is we need our minds to be healthy kind of a vibe. This is coming from your mind. And I do love that the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck for you all did give me that message of, you guys are not done with this. You're like, I'm getting a little bit too psychological talking about victimhood. Like when we are in positions of being a victim, like we don't like to use the word, because I mean, like, just that state of being, you can't stay in that state of being. Like, we have to get out of it, like whether someone's gonna help us or not. Like, it just is, it makes me sick to talk about it, so we'll just put that aside right now. But it feels like the Nine of Swords is you mentally trying to approach, how do I fix this? How do I work through this? How do I get along? Who do I get along with? What do I do? That's your persistence showing. This pause, this reflection, this composition of thoughts is expressed in this meditation card. There we go. This is what I was wanting to come through for you guys in this. What are you not seeing? You are seeing this birth of creation of the solution. It's the Ace of Swords with that meditation, reflection, pause, Two of Swords, into the Ace of Pentacles, this beautiful egg, potential growth in your situation. We get back up again. We do what we need to do. We think differently about ourselves and who we are and what we are doing. And this is the answer. This is the thing that does that slight pivot that kind of completely unbalances the whole kind of structure of, I don't know what's controlling you right now or what's keeping you like in your stuck situation. It completely just unbalances the whole thing and it all unravels. And then there's this zone of you're free, you're set free. It's quite remarkable. Heavy reading, group 2, heavy reading, but I sincerely hope that this is the thing that helps. We have adjustments are required. I know that's what we're talking about, guides. Third quarter moon, and these are the adjustments that your guides are really here for. They see your effort, they see your work. Again, I want to say that slight pivot. You know, you're seeking that adjustment. Take time to breathe out. Again, with the meditation. Again, with that vibe of like, please do take the moment to allow your entire nervous system to peruse this option that comes across your plate. Again, it's coming from that territory that we already described. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Look at this, full moon in Capricorn. Okay? You're literally, it's a wheel. It's a hamster wheel, a cycle that it just feels like you're stuck on, and we want the end to it. We want the end to it. And then we have prosperity lies ahead. Come on, these cards. And there are a lot of antlers going on, you guys. The Queen of Swords, does she have antlers? No, because she's a gal. But they're antlers on the mer goat. I love that Capricorn isn't just a goat, it's a mer goat. I mean, who did that? The best people in history ever. Antlers and more antlers. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. There's a saying. It's too much to describe. It's someone that I used to date. They told me that one of their high school soccer coaches, when he was coaching the team, he used to yell out to the boys when it was time to like hustle and move very fast across the field. He would yell out, "Get on your horse." There's something about this Taurus energy that's like making me want to yell out, "Get on your horse, group 2. You get like when you see it, you got it. When you see it, you got it, act on it. And then here you go. Prosperity, the end of the tough cycle, growth, looking back, feeling calm. You know, here we go. Your last card. This is so true. It says, listening with your heart. I trust the messages I received from my heart. I feel like that's kind of true, speaking to off in the distance. And again, like somewhat of the age of Aquarius kind of reality that we're in. It's like Aquarius, like the water bearer. You know, we're all here to connect. I don't know, I'm getting a little bit lost in this message, but it feels like the water is significant. The water is important. How you feel about who you are in the moment and what it is that you're doing more defines how you know, it's perceived or how you even perceive it. It's kind of like start from there. Start with the emotions of how you feel rather than the thoughts of how you're supposed to judge a certain person, a certain behavior, a certain option. You know, start with how you feel, work through that, allow the thoughts to come in the future about it. But again, it's like, this whisper, I feel like you might already have the notion of what this is, group 2. And if you do, cool. Hopefully this is your nudge, you know, but allow also that the notion might come to you in the form of someone who loves you, communicating an option to you that might seem far out of left field, might seem very Seven of Swords, but it's an option. It's an option and it's there. And if it's coming from a place that you can sense and feel is in the form of love, then don't disregard it because of the thoughts surrounding it, you know, or, you know, the value guidelines that you currently hold. Again, Aquarian energy. We're getting together, we're feeling our feels, and we're being more weird and expansive. So go there, do that, feel your way to it. That's what we have for you, group 2. How do you feel now? You can let us know in the comments. This is sensitive stuff, so you know you don't have to. Like and subscribe, of course. Check out the links, all the links that I have in the description of this video. I am open for private readings if that interests you, but otherwise I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free. We're also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Beautiful humans in group 3, you all were drawn to this creative power card. So these are your messages about what you are not seeing, and your guides are drawing me immediately to tell you that part of what you're, or all of what you're not seeing, is you are in the zone, creatively speaking, to do the very thing that have been setting yourselves up to do. There's something about like you're in this key moment right now, this now moment, and that your guides are like, you're not seeing it. You might think that you can wait or delay a little bit further, but it's kind of interesting that this woman is very pregnant, and there's something about how like the baby comes when it comes. Like it's almost as if it's like you've been carrying the kid for 40 weeks, you know. You might have a week or two more if your doctors let you, but the thing is gonna need to come out like now. Now's the time. It says release your alchemical energy into the world. There's something that you're choosing to kind of take part in, allowing yourself to pursue delaying on or harmonizing with. I'm just not quite ready yet. But there's certainty in I don't know, there's a certainty from your guides of like, you know, you are ready, and I'm hearing like choose you, follow through, like in that, literally your guys, this isn't like the intensity of what I usually channel, so I'm a little bit uncomfortable as a tarot reader, but you know, I'm here for you. Your guides are like, follow through on this, do this, because like now is the time. Like if you don't do this, then you miss it. You miss your opportunity to like go through with this. The 7 of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. It's almost like you're doing a bit of self-deception right now. Your guides are coming through with like you're doing a whole lot of self-deceiving. Let's see a bit more about what this is about, because for a few of you, I feel like this might be acting on a particular relationship, like going for it, like doing it. And you guys might be like, I'll let them come to me. But like your guides with this message, what you're not seeing is like, dude, go to them kind of vibe. We have the 3 of Pentacles, so it might have a lot to do with some kind of a collaboration, some kind of a co-work kind of a thing. We also have the 2 of Wands. Yes, okay, it's almost feeling like when it comes to connecting with other people in the physical, you're meant to create that opportunity, create the awareness of I'm here and I'm ready, create the option. You're meant to reach out. You're meant to present the idea. Like for right now, it's almost as if you're like holding off, and like your guides are like telling, this is uncomfortable channel, I don't know why, like you're playing small. And there's this energy of like, why? Like everything about you is right on target, right here, right now, right ready for this. Like what is it inside of you that's having you be like, oh, maybe no. Oh, this is interesting. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and that's this vibe of like you would like to move slower for some reason. Probably to pay attention to all the finer details, to make sure you know what you're doing before you just, you know, be a total Aries and leap into it. 2 of Wands is Aries energy. I'm an Aries. I've had to humble myself with some of my Aries behavior. So I get it. We also have the 6 of Pentacles, but here you go. There's something about like your entire gifts of your selfhood are not being allowed, not being shared. And therefore it's almost like you're creating this energetic imbalance in your reality between you and other people, you and other partners or other like players involved in your situation. It's almost as if you're part of a team sport and you're like, I don't think they need me. And the game is tomorrow and you're like, they'll be fine without me. And like they literally require you and you're just like, maybe I'm not ready to play. And it's like, but you're on the team. It's that kind of a vibe. We have the 10 of Cups. Yes, everything is better together. And there's something about how you're not initiating, you're holding out, you're not joining the community or the tribe or with this other person or just like maybe social media, whatever this is. And then we have the 9 of Wands, and it's sort of like, I love this 9 of Wands because I love that the highlighted crystal is kind of like plunked down on its side, almost as if it kind of wants to like slink its way over away from the other crystals. There's some kind of an exhaustive mindset that feels like it's plaguing you. Like maybe you're used to things taking a while or needing to grow in certain kinds of ways, and then you pursue them, I don't know, maybe with a whole lot more effort. Okay, I'm channeling your guides here a lot. You're used to potentially in certain kinds of ways in whatever area of your life this reading is talking to, you're used to pursuing things in a kind of a way of where it takes a whole lot of work from you and a whole lot of life force energy to kind of pursue or work on. This is giving me the vibes of you're used to being in relationships where you bent over backward and did a shit ton of work to make the relationship work. All kinds of relationships, any kinds of relationships. You're used to that kind of pattern. And what you're not seeing is like, it's a go right now. Like that, it's not that kind of thing. You're not in that kind of a thing. All lights are green. All signs are go. Everybody wants to do this. Like they're all harmonized with you. Let's get going. Like you don't have to work hard literally at all. We're all on board. We're all just like, here and waiting for you. Effectively, like this crystal to kind of like flop aside and then just be like, scoot, scoot, scoot. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. And there's something about like, once you realize that, group 3, then it can all get going. Like once you realize that you're not in that kind of situation literally at all, once you see that, here's the tarot reading that's trying to tell you what you're not seeing. Once you see you're not in that anymore, then your whole behavior zone can totally change. We have the moon with perception. Again, this is... This is like such a card for a kind of a reading that's like, what are you not seeing? Well, the moon will show you. Yes, really dig into your perception right now of your reality. We have Ceres with nurture, and it kind of feels as if you're surrounded by a whole lot more nurturing behavior than what you are used to. You might be used to some kinds of pulling back and pulling away behavior. You might be used to you might be used to being treated in that kind of a way, and it created like disharmony and dislodgement inside of you. We have Cancer with immerse, and then we have Leo with shine. I like that. It really feels as if they're like, I kind of am feeling like a 1-2 step kind of harmony. Like the minute you kind of really sensitize to the energy of these messages here, group 3, and you become aware, like, oh, what I'm doing right now, it doesn't require that same a kind of energy from me. Like who I'm doing it with, they're not even asking for that. Then it just feels like if you can like kind of fully, like, I don't know. With the Cancer card and the Ceres card, it really feels like you can just fully kind of lean into the whole entire thing and be like, wow, do I feel good and safe? There's something in your energy field that's telling you out of habit, like habitual harm almost, that you're not. And so then you're kind of behaving as if you're not, but everything I feel like that's surrounding you, all of it, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, you totally are. So then Leo energy comes out with the 2 of Wands of why not initiate something. For some reason, I'm drawn to this woman's mouth, and I'm drawn to this. It has a lot to do with potentially your voice, asking questions, projecting something in the future, like making the phone call, putting yourself out there vocally in some kinds of ways. We have cosmic. Dude, I'm really good at this with your guides. Look at what this card says. It does say cosmic ancestors, but it says voice your concerns, right as I say boys. Oh my god, you guys. I do like that this card says cosmic ancestors, because I truly feel as if we're dealing with something that's quite imprinted upon you masterfully, to where you are literally in a polar opposite kind of a situation or position than what your behavior is calling for right now. Wait, did I say that right? There's something about how, again, I'm repeating myself, but like you're behaving in a certain kind of a way that is not indicative of the truth of, the value of who you are and how you're being held right now. And being quite cared for, quite supported. So it's like kind of like, let's deal with what this heritage inside of your system is having you do, and then start to use your voice more. And then we have Guardian. Look, there's more of like voice or vocal energy all depicted in this card. And it says guard your energy. Yeah, I don't know, kind of, this feels a little bit curious, but your guides are coming through with this card to say fully follow through on that. Like if you feel in this moment in time like you're not fully safe, then go ahead and fully follow through and go through the motions of what you need to do, you know, in some kind of a situation to where, you know, you aren't safe. It's something about like following through on that will prove to you that you are actually safe. I don't know. It kind of feels like, you know, test the waters, like voice your concerns, like talk with the people involved in what you are doing. I really feel as if when you start to do that kind of a thing and you kind of impose on your situation, you know, I don't feel really safe with this kind of a thing, what you will receive back, I think, is a flood of energy that will show you the actual truth of your situation and therefore literally help the design of your whole entire nervous system relax and ease its way into far more of the truth of your reality. So again, use your voice, use your voice. We have hold your vision with fixed moon. And then we also have the energy is gaining momentum with waxing moon. That is the vibe of this pregnancy energy you got going on. There's something that truly wants to be released right now. And what you're not seeing is you are totally in a really good circumstance to be able to release it. There's just something telling you like, I can't yet, or it's not good, or I'll just hold the baby in. I'll just hold the baby in forever. I'm not going to give birth. The energy surrounding you is gaining momentum for you to be able to release all this kind of stuff that you got going on. It says, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. That's quite pure. That's quite expansive. I like I'm an Aries and I'm a huge fan of all the fire signs. Like a total click. I'm like such that kind of an asshole. I really like fire signs. But anyway, Sagittarian energy is like temperance energy. It is philosophical. It is expressive, expansive, and wide-eyed kind of stuff. I think like for you personally, you did set your sights on something and you have been on a journey going toward that something. It probably feels alchemical, creative, some kind of a process for you. But what you are not seeing is this bigger picture of how your reality surrounding you is even supporting that. You're carrying this life force energy inside of you right now for what you want to do or who you are or something about you. What you are not seeing is that in the bigger picture, all things included, not just you, you're surrounded by like caring, nurturing, supportive, great place to give birth kind of vibe. Oh, look, new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. I don't know. You've done a lot. You've done a lot. There's just this little bit more. And I almost want to say like your hard work is paying off in the tone of you found yourself, whether you are aware of it or not. After this reading, hopefully you are. You've found yourself in a situation where reciprocity, care, nurturing, compassionate conversations, quality, healthy communication when you voice your concerns, all of those kinds of things are right here for you, group 3. Your last card, manifesting dreams. My dreams are coming true. This is what you are not seeing, is that a part of your reality outside of you has literally manifested around you in a supportive kind of a way. And there's almost like in this, at this point in your reading, now that we're finished with and we got your last card out, it's almost like your guides are here to say like, take a pause, take a breath, take a moment, you know, go through the motions to fully reveal to yourself how great your external environment is for you to do what you're about to do. And it's almost like reflect and feel that, like really feel into that. I feel like you guys will have inside of you, evoke inside of you a natural kind of feeling or sensation of gratitude. Like, wow, it is actually here. You guys might have been going, you know, very independent, very solo, very self-focused kind of a thing. For a reading like this to come out, it's like, look around you. It's pretty wonderful. And you're more there than what you are aware of, okay? That's what we have for you. Group 3. How did this resonate? How did this feel? You can let us know in the comments, and of course, like and subscribe because this is YouTube and that always helps the channel. Check out all the links that I have in the description of this video, but I'm gonna send you on your way. Please remember that we are all free and we are also all connected, always at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, beautiful humans. In group 5, you all were drawn to this perspective card. So these are your messages all about what you are not seeing. There's something going on in your situation, group 5, that I'm gathering from this card, or I'm hearing from your guides, where someone from outside of you is confusing you about, who you are, how far you have come, how close you are to your goal. And I think that what you are not seeing is the truth that you're extremely close to achieving your goal, like extremely close. Like literally the way that this card looks, you can see it off in the distance. Like this woman doesn't even need binoculars to see the lighthouse. But I mean, like, it's almost as if, again, the image on the cards, someone is confusing you by putting a pair of binoculars in your hand. And they're making you think that your objectives are farther off in the distance than what they actually are. I think you're dealing with some kind of a person who's a naysayer, a dream killer, a negative Nelly or Nancier. I don't know, someone who just kind of deflates through caution or a million reasons, pessimism, what is truly possible. And so then it's kind of like, put the binoculars down. You don't even need them. You're so much closer than you think. It almost might be that somebody also is trying to convince you to look in a kind of polar opposite direction, or look for something else, or go differently. It says on your card, a calm and clear mind is free to see differently. We got 5 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, you all. Something. I keep thinking it's someone, but let's just say something. Some kind of energy in your life or your existence keeps convincing you or trying to purposefully contain you, or have you feeling small or less than or lower than, maybe especially financially. This might have a lot to do with like income or status or something like that. And it just feels like it's making you inside of you feel disorganized, scattered, chaos energy, where the truth of your situation, what you are not seeing, is just like literally none of that is true at all. You're very clear, very organized, very ordered, very structured, very strong. You have come so far. You've scaled half this mountain here, and you can literally just look into the distance with your clear eyes and you can see, oh, I'm almost there. Ugh. Okay, let's see a bit more about this. We have the Ace of Swords. There we go. Mental clarity, truth, perception. We also have the Queen of Swords. Yo, you're being encouraged in these 2 cards to guide yourselves, group 4, through this situation with that truth in your hand, kind of like the snake in this person's hand, and then just convey it, live it, exist it. The Queen of Swords. All the queens are the embodiment of the energy that they represent. So embody this truth a whole lot more. It almost feels like it's, giving the middle finger to this person or this energy outside of you of like, no, like, but not really. It's like you're being encouraged to, compose yourself, put down the binoculars, look exactly where you want to head, exactly in that direction that you've been doing everything for. Look toward that direction, see it. It's not very far off. You just got a little bit more to do. And then just kind of become an embodiment of that truth. And that embodiment of the truth is the middle finger. It's making me think of that last lyric in Formation by Beyonce. And it's like, always stay gracious, best revenge is your papers. Isn't that it? I love that song. But it's something like your embodiment will fulfill that middle finger kind of energy. We also have the Queen of Cups. There you go. It's like graciousness, compassion, energy. Allow yourself to embody that a whole lot more as well. Also, Queen of Cups, she's my psychic energy in tarot, oftentimes when she comes out. So, I mean, I feel as if, like, even psychically, graciously, psychically for yourself, you can totally see this, visualize it, sense it, know it. Like, there's something about the disorganized chaos of thought that an energy outside of you is imposing upon you to tell you you're not so clear. And psychicness, that's not real. You can't trust your intuition. I don't know, stuff like that gets me very irate at this point. We also have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, celebration, success pattern. We're right here. We're so organized toward there. The Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles walk hand in hand with your vibe, with your vision, with your future, and continue to work devotedly on it. That's it. Okay, I have a whole lot more cards, but I mean, like, your guides are like, that's it. That's what we wanted to tell you. They're like, just keep consistently moving toward there. You've made the choice. There are, like, I almost feel like there are always more decisions to make, but this particular choice you fell in love with a long time ago. And so then you've done a whole lot to hold it in your energy. Success, you know, celebration, achievement, accomplishment, Four of Wands is here for you. Yeah, and then it's just kind of like continue to walk hand in hand with you and your future self. And those who are so much more in your real life, those who are so much more committed to the harmony and the grace inside of you, for you to commit to this goal and see it all the way through. You probably have a fair few friends or other people who keep you accountable to this particular objective that you have. Like, join hands with them. Fuck the energy outside of you that's doing the chaos and the confusion. Just no more. And then Eight of Pentacles, you know, keep graciously improving, working. Lose yourself in the flow and you'll get there. We have ninth house with exploration, and it feels like very much so chart your own course, choose your own destination. You have already done it. There's just something in your energetic tone that's like following along with or following through on the disapproval of you being able to be your own navigator of your own life. Disorganization, man. We also feel like Leo shine. Why did I just channel those words? I think this again coming from your guides in a cheeky kind of a like jokingly way, trying to say like, we also feel like group 4 that you should shine a whole lot more rather than douse your light or consider yourself a failure or you need to give up on this dream or that. We have Venus with beloved, and I kind of want to put it right here with that Lovers card. You have at least one other person who's holding this hand with you, who's doing this with you in a certain kind of way. Just ignore the haters. Join with your beloveds. And then I like that there's also a little bee. So it's like, you know, other people in that kind of a way, in an energetic tonal harmonization kind of a way. They're working with you on this. And we have Libra with balance. And it's kind of like what you are not seeing is like, you need to come far more into balance, especially in your mental. It's Ace of Swords. It's the perspective card. A calm and clear mind. Libra is an air sign. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. Something about this energy outside of you has disordered disordered the functionality of your calm and clear mind. And so then it is your profound duty to you to do this service to selfhood, to get it all back into balance and to see it very clearly. Put the fucking binoculars down. Light codes, travel awaits you. My God. The journey definitely truly does continue. You do have ninth house and you do have this vibe in your card that you were drawn to of you have more to travel. Very, very true. If this is true to your whole entire goals, like the objective that you have that includes travel or part of your journey to get to your end destination does include travel. Well, here you go. There's confirmation. And again, with the Queen of Cups and what I said about your psychic abilities to be aware of intuitively and sensitively that you are quite harmonized with a particular, you know, goal and destination. It is right for you and it is possible and therefore fully achievable. You can feel this. You can have that kind of precognition and a sense of awareness of a certain kind of knowing. You can do this. We also have divine will with let go of fear. And look at that clarity of light bursting through the clouds. How many of you all have taken that picture with your phone of the sky when like the light looks like this through the clouds and then send it to all your friends and family and be like, look, it's God and the angels. I mean, Your guys are right here trying to get that Ace of Swords, you know, clarity right for you. Let go of fear. Something is disruptive, something is disorganizing you, something is chaosing you. Here we go. No more. We have you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. All right. All right. Something is telling you that you're too small or less than, or you'll never do it. Or why did you set your sights on that? It's so impractical. You need to be doing this instead. Like, it's giving me the vibes of like the parents who pressure their child to be a doctor, and the child's like, but I'm an artist. Like, kind of a thing. You already are so far along. You are good enough. Take that into account. Appraise that. Evaluate it, okay? And then we have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Both of these full moon green kind of energies, I feel like, are the work that you've already done. You've already put in. You've self-evaluated. You've acknowledged your worth to such a high extent. There's just something that's carrying this energy of like, nah, you're actually fucked up and you're never going to get there. Kind of a thing. Is dark voice inside your head. I hate that it's gotten inside of you like that or something. But that chaos, you don't need it. I feel like you've already done the practical plan. You're already doing it. We have the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. That's that promise of, you know, more confirmation about your happy ending kind of a thing. You're going to get there. You're going to walk right into your desired manifestation. More confirmation messages like this one, group 4, are going to be coming to you. Maybe in particular through this, because it's Gemini, and we have the Lovers card here, which is Gemini. Maybe in particular through these particular people who are particular. They will be delivering you some more forms of confirmation messages, some synchronicities, some like, you know, random signs that they're picking up on for you. And then we also have your commitment. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Well, yeah, like big time. And a really, I don't know. No, this is your guides. I was like, is this me? It is me, but it's also your guides. I'm channeling them. We want to say that it's quite dastardly what that energy outside of you is doing. It's they're whoever it is, whatever it is. I'm like, that's a shitty thing to do. That's kind of harmful when you've come so far and you've put so much effort in. And I don't know why it's doing that or where it's coming from or what it is. But your guides and I were like, no, ignore it. Or just move through it, move past it, stay committed, stay focused. Your last card, group 4. Oh God, these last cards have been on point for all 4 groups. It's embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Again, with that Queen of Cups and the Beyonce lyric, you know, you don't have to probably do a whole lot with whatever this energy outside of you is. You don't have to stick up the middle finger and be like, well, fuck you then. You don't have to do that, because your sheer embodiment and your emboldened selfhood will do that for you if you even care about it. It's something like, just set it down. Set it down. It's not a part of your future. Walk right through that open door. See it. It's right there. Ignore everything that's telling you to look in a different direction. It's like literally the open door is right in front of your face. And this energy outside of you is like, no. Look over here. This is what you need to be paying attention to. And it's like right here. So, okay. You got this? We cool? Group 4, did we help? Did your guys come through with what you needed to hear? Let us know in the comments. Also, like and subscribe if you want to. It always helps the channel. And then check out all the links that I have in the description of this video if there's anything you want that I offer. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected, always, at the exact same time. I love you. Hi, lovely ones. You are here because you're curious about the decks that I use in this reading. So let me satisfy that curiosity in you by showing you each and every one that I use in the order that I use them in the readings. This is a mini version of Moonology, if you couldn't tell. And then this one. Okay, I love you guys very much.